I'm going to call our meeting to order. We're going to have the a pledge of allegiance. After that, I'm going to ask Alderman Bestby to lead us in prayer. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful for the day that you've given us, grateful for a day of life, grateful for the holiday that we celebrate. We thank you, Lord, for the men and women who have served in our military to give us the freedoms that we enjoy. And I pray, Lord, that you help us to never take it for granted and help us always, Lord, to fight for the freedoms that we have in the country that we live in. Thank you for the best country to live in and the best place to live in within this country in Vidalia. Thank you, Lord, for blessing us and for providing so much for us. And Lord, now as we take care of the business of this town, I pray you help us always make wise decisions. For we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Okay. We have roll call.
Town of Vidalia Board of Aldermen roll call for the regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen dated November 11, 2025. Alderman Betts.
Present.
Alderman Gardner.
Here.
Alderman McCoy.
Present.
Alderman Probst.
Yep.
Alderman Smith.
Hey.
Mayor, let the record show that the quorum of the board is present and accounted for.
Okay, thank you. Pat. We before we approve our minutes, with it being Veterans Day, I do want to say just how grateful we all are for the service that, as John said in his prayer, for our men and women of the armed forces and the ones who've served in all the wars since the country's been in existence, and the freedoms we do get to exercise every day. We are blessed. We do owe them a debt of honor that we can never repay. And it's just, I just want to let them know that I know as a town that we do support and recognize what they've done for us. And we can't say enough for that. So one other thing I do want to recognize tonight is one of our aldermen tonight is now a new grandfather. Alderman Smith is a grandfather. Now you can start trying to be spoiled for grandchildren instead of your own children. So congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
Okay, the first thing we have on our agenda we got to take care of is approval of minutes from a previous meeting. Any additions or deletions?
My question is, I see where we did, after being reviewed, the typed minutes from the regular town meeting on September 9th. Pending correction on behalf of Alderman Gordon concerning the hydro project request for a mark on Memorial Day on North Magnolia Street. The motion of approval of the minutes was made by Alderman Probst and second by Alderman Betts. See, that's on there. I think I also forward the date that we discussed in the video to each and every one of y'all.
Okay. Is there, this is the minute from that meeting?
This is in
Okay.
this here.
Okay.
So it's right here.
Okay, all right. There, a motion, we approve the minutes.
I so moved.
Motion made by Alderman McCoy, here second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Smith. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next thing we have is presentation of our financial statement. I'm sorry. Before we go there, open meeting law requires to have public comments on current agenda items that's on our agenda. So at this time, is there any public comments from the public?
Hi there, Sabrina Dore. How are y'all?
Hello.
I'm actually here to see if we could add an agenda item for tonight's meeting to discuss some of the ways that the town may need to put a safe hold in place for business licenses. Do you want to continue the?
Okay, so you want to discuss, of course, we do have approval and occupational license that's on the agenda. That's item number 2, which we'll get to. You're asking, is there a way for the town to revoke or to discontinue a occupational license?
Exactly, because the way that it is now, once approved, there's no way to revoke them.
Okay.
And I thought that may be something that the board may need to review.
Okay, and I think that is something we probably should do.
Mayor,
Yes.
point of order.
Uh-huh.
Do we need to vote to add that?
Yes, we'd have to vote, and it has to be a unanimous vote. So if we want to add this, we can add it as an agenda item. We can put it in we put it as the first thing on our agenda if y'all want to do that. is to add an agenda item to discuss what Ms. Dore is asking for.
I
us to
so
discuss.
move that we add the concerns of Ms. Dore
Okay.
to this
I'll
agenda.
second.
Motion made by Alderman McCoy, second by Alderman Betts. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed? Okay, so we'll just, do you want to go into any kind of other detail, I mean, as far as, you just want to know what procedure would it be to revoke occupational license? Is that correct?
That's correct. So,
Okay.
right now I know when a new business locates in Vidalia, they come before the board to get approval of such license. And then they're kind of subject to the city codes and ordinances and things like that. There are sometimes, while we want every business to stay open and prosper, sometimes they start falling into disrepair or neglect. And while the city, the code enforcement officer does a fantastic job on that, the town has no recourse. If there is a business who is habitually and perpetually getting these code violations, they're getting the tickets or fines, perhaps they're not even paying those fines, I feel like it would really be great for the town to be able to bring those businesses back before the board to perhaps revoke the license for businesses who are just not adhering to what the vision of Vidalia is. And other business owners, we try really hard to make sure our businesses, our brick and mortars, right there along Carter Street are in good shape and they're following all the rules. And then you have those one or two that are just allowed to fall into disrepair. And code enforcement does all they can do, but when a business refuses to comply, or perhaps they never even pay their fines, what can the town do unless something is put into place?
It's a point well taken. And I think, I don't, as far as I know, in 10 years, we've never revoked one. I don't know if anything was ever done in the past. I think Alderman Betts and McCoy are the oldest sitting aldermen on that. Did y'all ever recall addressing something of that nature in the past?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge, Alderman Betts? Nothing.
No.
So, I mean, that's actually something we do need to take up as a town. I know right now, code enforcement, if there's a request or a violation, they go out and look at it and they either issue a ticket and they would go to city court. But have
There's only one business that's had a citation for tall grass here lately. Only one in the last 4 or 5 years since I've been.
and as being counsel, what would you think? Would we need to take up and have something in order to maybe revoke that, or would it be something that city court would maybe?
I would have to research on the revocation of a license. What comes to mind, since the story brought it up, is having a duration on the license.
Right.
The license is only good for a period of time, and they have to come in for the board for renewal. So I think that'd be two different ways we could look at it.
Well, there is a duration on the license because they're issued a calendar year. And then they're renewed. Then at that time,
Are they automatically renewed, or they come?
No.
No,
No.
just certain
the
business.
that is an option for the board then to review. And if they so choose not to renew that license, for what they have to give stated reasons of why not to do that, then that gives the business owner time to correct it. But the license duration is 1 year. So from January 1st to December 31st, he could operate, but beginning January 1st, and renewals are generally done December of the preceding year. That gives notification town if they want to revoke it 30 days to however.
I would have another question, council. Do you think it would be wise for us to come up with a set ordinance for that? Because I can see that if the town is somebody that's going to come in, if somebody's operating and let's say they have contracts and they're making money, and the town comes in and say, well, you can't open your doors today, and they lose money. That would open the town to litigation, and I don't want to put the town in.
No.
Some businesses you wouldn't have any control over, like the practice of law.
True.
And so, yeah, and so we need, I think it's, I mean, it's well taken that her point, and I do think we need to come up with some things, but it's almost to another thing that maybe we could put some teeth into the fines or something like that through city court and our court system, rather than putting it on our alderman and, or myself to say, you can't open your doors today.
Right, and that, I mean, that one is a concern, and I
Yeah.
think that was part of it, is almost trying to give some teeth to the code enforcement of, hey, they're basically using us as a lawn service and just racking up the fines. What happens if they never pay the fines?
Right.
At what point does it stop?
Yeah.
I think is kind of the main concern.
Okay, well,
I got something to say. I got an ordinance on the books right now, fixing to rewrite the ordinance with that. It's gonna have some teeth in it, depending on what litigation, what council said. But, it's fixing to be steep as far as I'm concerned. Now, the board can vote on it or not, but I am in the process of reworking the grass and debris ordinance and things like that. So, it should have been here this week. We didn't get together. Council and I didn't get together on it, so we didn't present it. It will be presented next meeting. And it will, if we enforce it, and I'm gonna just plain and simple say, the ordinance in place right now has not been enforced.
okay, Alderman Probst, we're getting off this.
But wait now, I'm saying something, but my point is, it
Okay,
hasn't been enforced. So
Okay.
that's our problem. We need to enforce the ordinance. That's all I got.
But what Mr. Oray's talking about, we don't have a set ordinance to this, so.
Right, for a
so-
business who is
I'd like-
kind of gone beyond.
I'd like to ask council something. With the application for whatever license that they're coming to us for, could we not add language to that? That if your business does not adhere to said codes and stay in good standing with the town's ordinances, would that not be, it's there, you're reading it,
Almost for poor calls to revoke the license.
exactly.
So I guess my question would be, people that already have businesses, would they already be grandfathered in?
I believe that they would if we started it moving forward. They would be grandfathered. But I mean, I've had my doors open for 10 years. And sat on the board. I had no idea that the business license was only a year at a time.
Mhm.
Like I've never had to do anything to renew. And I don't know if the general
Well,
public or business
you're a
owners
little
know
bit,
that.
you're a little bit different in the
Yeah.
fact that you're an insurance agency
Right.
and your insurance company pays an insurance premium tax
Right.
in lieu of you paying an occupational license as the owner. That's the
Right,
reason
okay.
why you've never seen that.
I
And-
see.
and-
Okay.
and
See, I
this-
learned-
this is basically-
Where does it occupy, how would we know when that is renewed, and how would we, where does it come from for renewal? Does it come?
I think,
Who produces that license?
I think an annual renewal is gonna be kind of pretty heavy on all, everybody to get that done every year. Usually those people who are
I mean, it's
in
all
violation,
related.
those people are,
Yeah.
those people are in violation you're gonna know who they are because they're gonna be going to court, should be, and we should be doing, like you said, is enforcing, if somebody has a complaint, as somebody might have, they can file a formal complaint, we'll look into it. And, we'll either write them a ticket or they'll first give them, a time period to fix the problem.
Mhm.
And if they don't do that, then certified letters are sent. Another time goes by that we'll give them a ticket and give them,
Right.
they have to show up at court.
I mean,
And to Alderman Probst's point, there's some language in this ordinance proposal to change the fee schedule in regards to the grass ordinance. But there's also a general nuisance ordinance that we may want to look at the fee schedules on that, because I think that's kind of
Yes.
what the conversation's going
Mhm.
to increase the bite, because we had one yesterday, it wasn't a business, it was a person, but the fee schedule is only $50 on the first offense. That was it. So do you want to put more teeth into those ordinances? That's something the board can certainly look into,
That-
for
that'll-
individuals and for businesses.
dealing with things like vagrancy and turning
Yeah, when you-
businesses into full-time residences and things like that.
Yeah.
When you brought that up, the first thing I thought of was like a business that come here to get a license, do a certain thing, and then a year later it's something totally different.
Yeah.
To answer Alderman Probst's question, presently, the town is contract with the Parish Department of Revenue,
Yeah.
the office where I used to work, for the collection of the occupational license.
So they would be the one,
They're the ones who give
Yeah,
the
we-
applications out.
we would have to work through them to get it.
Yeah.
Could we have it to work, I'm sorry. old habits die hard. Could y'all have it to where if there was an amount due from a court fine on December 31st, it would automatically alert you in some way, and then the town could bring that before the board?
We certainly could. There's no businesses except for that one pending case. Just the person was arraigned, I want to say last month on a code violation, but that's the only case that I know of against a business in town.
Right. What happens if he doesn't pay?
They need to be held in contempt of court.
And what happens?
If it was a jail sentence attached to it, then they'd have to serve that jail sentence.
And if it was just a fine, does it get
Well,
levied in any way?
On a traffic ticket, we turn them in the state of Louisiana for suspension of driving privileges. This is a non-traffic, so it would be whatever the sentence the judge imposed, which would go by the fee schedule. And most of them are classified as misdemeanors, which is a misdemeanor in Louisiana is anything, can't be more than 6 months or $1,000 fine. If not, it's classified as a felony, and I have to put my other hat on for that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well,
Okay.
thanks for the opportunity to talk about it. I just thought maybe it was something that we needed to address, but I am glad to know that there is a mechanism in place with the annual
I'll
renewal.
do some research.
Okay.
Since I did it, and I'll bring it back.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go on to, oh, I got one more? Okay, yes, come on. I'm sorry.
Good evening
Good
to the
evening.
mayor and the aldermen.
How you doing?
I am Brenda Logan. I bring you greetings from the Parson Barlow Women Relief Corporation, Vidalia, Louisiana on Magnolia Street. I come to thank you guys for considering, especially Alderman Gardner, putting up the sign to represent for the Memorial Day here we have in Vidalia every year. Appreciate it, and thank you guys.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, that wasn't, I went ahead and let her finish. That wasn't on the agenda. We'll go to number one.
In the minutes.
It's not on the, I can add it to the agenda at a later time. I'm not against, I'm completely for doing something, but let's get on the agenda, then we can take care of that for sure. First thing we have is the presentation of the financial statement for September 2025. Ms. Deborah Moak, our CPA in county.
Tonight's financial statements include the balance sheet as of 9/30/2025, the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance for the 3 months ending 9/30/25. These financial statements have been distributed to all department heads and aldermen for their review. In summary, the town has combined cash in the bank of $5.3 million, including restricted funds of $3.4 million in the hydro fund and $884,000 in the sales tax fund. Investments include $30 million in the hydro fund, $1.7 million in the general fund, and $749,000 of ARPA funds. Total assets are $81 million. Total liabilities are $13 million for a fund balance of $68 million. The statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in fund balance for the 3 months ending 9/30/25 indicates combined revenues of $13.2 million, total expenditures of $13.9 million, for a change in net position of a negative $700,000. The approved projects, hydro projects, include a total approved to date of $32 million, with $19 million having already been spent, with the remaining $12.5 million for ongoing projects. The largest portion of the balance remaining is for the construction of Polk Park, DA Big Lane Road improvements, and the SLU project. Revenues are at 27% of budget, and expenses, including capital outlay, are at 35% of budget. Personnel expense is at 24%. Materials and supplies are at 29%. Other services and charges are at 52%. The negative variance is primarily due to the rebate expense recorded in the month of September. Hydro royalties are expected to be lower at the end of this quarter due to lower levels of the Mississippi River. We are currently working on rebates, which should go out by the end of next week before Thanksgiving. The auditors are here starting their audit for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025.
Okay, I think the most important thing she said there for those that might be listening, our hydro checks should go out maybe by Thanksgiving of next week. So be watching your mailbox. We'll also be posting things on Facebook to let people see that as well. Any questions, Ms. Moak? Thank you, Ms. Moak, for that report.
Do you still hand sign all of those checks?
I do, every one of them.
Ooh, bless you.
Takes me 2.5 hours, 3 hours to do it. Okay, next thing we have is board discussion and vote on approval of occupational license applications. We have Raceway of Vidalia, Mr. Abdul Rafay, is he here? No, okay. That's going to be an extremely nice station, I will say that. So is any questions, comments? Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, here a second.
Second.
Second by, I think, Alderman Best, beat Alderman Gardner for the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next thing we have is board discussion on employee retention payments. Y'all know that each year we do retention payments for our employees. That's for them to commit to working for the town. They get something in return for committing to stay with the town to work for us. Of course, if they were to leave town for any reason, they have to refund a pro rata share of that for the months or days they didn't work or did work. But I'm asking the board to again do that. It used to be $600. I think we upped it. Then we upped to $1,000, and we supplemented that with ARPA funds.
Yes.
How are we standing, Deborah, right now? You said the balance in the ARPA funds, and if we
ARPA funds are really designated now
for something else, we can't, and we've already said what they're going to be for, so they wouldn't be for that. So this would be a straight, just coming straight.
Andrew.
No, it'd be coming straight out of the general fund. Yeah.
$1,000.
It's 1,000.
And for part-time, it's,
1,050, she just said.
It
was
was originally $650, and then we bumped it up to
okay,
1,000 with the ARPA.
okay. And it's at the board's pleasure what they want to do. If they want to.
I'll make a motion, we do it at what we did last year.
I second that motion.
Motion made by Alderman Betts, second by Alderman Gardner. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next thing we have is board discussion and vote on approval to accept the Louisiana DEQ environmental audit of the town wastewater treatment plant.
Before we go any further, I know we said 1,050, but what about the part-time employees?
I was going to, part-time gets, how much do they get?
6.
It's,
Part-time, you don't want to get the part-time the same as they got last year?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay, Cornell, do you want to come up? Was Cornell here? Yeah. And talk about the audit.
Good evening. It's just something that we normally do every year, kind of give us a evaluation on our wastewater treatment facility. So, if y'all have any questions or anything, I'll be more than glad to.
It was a good audit, wasn't it? I mean, it was everything looked good. I read through it, and it was.
Yeah, everything's good.
So, and basically what the board has to do is approve is that they, approve the audit. And can I hear a
I
motion?
make that motion.
Motion made by Alderman Gardner, here a second.
I second it.
Second by Alderman McCoy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, thank y'all.
Okay. Thank you, Cornell. I'm gonna run through my updates real quick, and then after that, we're gonna discuss going into an executive session. First thing I have is just to let everybody know on 131 out here, some people are having difficulty having to go around through either DeHay Lane Road, which is a problem in itself, and are going all the way to Highway 15, going around through Faraday if they go into Deer Park or that area. They are going to be finished pulling wire this Thursday, and they will be opening up the highway for sure on the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th, which is Friday through Tuesday of next week. They may close it back Tuesday, but they got to do all their tie-ins and things with that work that they're doing out there that Energy's doing on the transmission line. So that's where they're at. And I talked with them this afternoon. Any questions on that from council? So hopefully it will be open Friday through Monday, and Tuesday we'll just wait and see, but we'll try to let people know best we can on that. Polk Park, you can see, is coming along nicely. It's really going to be something special. I think, was that equipment, some of the equipment started coming in that people saw big trucks here Monday. So some of the equipment is starting to show up, and it's going to be coming together pretty quickly. We're hoping for springtime, everything being up and going. So that's going to be nice. The farmer's market, we found what we want the farmer's market out there in the front to look like. And that's going to be just in addition to that, the farmer's market, I think, is going to be a big addition. I'm hoping they will open up, have the market on Wednesdays and Saturdays. and be a place where people can come from all over, to do that. I met with the Lieutenant Governor yesterday. He said, let him know, and he said they can put it out on all the state websites that they got to promote our farmers market, anything else that we might have. The pickleball courts conversion, I've got a bid in for that. That bid came in and I think we had asked for $50,000 of hydro money. That bid came in at $59,850. And council wants to accept that bid of that price. We can do that, and they can get started on that project if the council wants to do that. I would also ask for the basketball courts. The quote came back on it to go ahead and put, they said, putting a fiberglass backboard under the pavilion, that fiberglass or acrylic, whatever they put out there in that application would fade bad and crystallize bad being in outdoors. Usually those are for complete indoor protected type environments. They're going back with a steel rectangular, real nice, going back with all backboards, new rims, new nets, and everything would be $7,958, I think. Let me make sure, $928.
What locations are these?
That's up here at this, and up here at the park. And hopefully all these facilities, when we get time to do the opening for all this will be new and overlaid, and everything be up to speed here, what we're aiming for. And I guess what I'm asking council for is these little overruns okay to approve to get these jobs done.
I'll make a motion.
If you're gonna do it all at the same time or individually?
Well, I mean, we've already approved the work to do to convert the pickleball courts and also the goal posts. We just got the bids. We had estimated 5,000 on the goal posts and 550,000 on the converting the pickleball courts.
Those are basketball. Those basketball goals.
The 7,928, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on the tennis courts, converting that back quadrant to pickleball, that would be a total of 8 courts, pickleball courts, and those will be dedicated pickleball courts. That would be $59,850. We budgeted $50,000 out of hydro monies, but they get one, huh?
Yeah,
And I'm just asking if
Yeah.
to get this done, that's what we would have to pay to get it
You
done.
made a motion.
I'll
I
make a
did.
motion.
Motion made by Alderman Best to
I
approve those
second it.
things. Seconded by Alderman McCoy. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
But we will call them basketball goals from this point instead of goal posts.
I call them, it's got a post on it. Come on. All right. All right, we're gonna move on. I've got some other quotes to do some things, but that'll be for next year. Okay, the pumping station, update on it. They've got most of the mud pit and everything where the pumps will go. The pumps themselves left Sweden yesterday or today. So, and that's gonna be coming by ship, and depending on how it can get through customs and everything else it's gotta go through, it's gonna be probably a 60-day process getting the pump here before it's finally put in and brought up. And I think in the meantime, Cornelium's going to be working on infrastructure electrical to it because it does require pretty heavy electrical thing. Let's see, the Walnut Street is the site where the new tree removal has started, and they've started on Walnut Street. So they're starting the dead tree and problem trees this week. So those should all start coming down. A total, we have it right at just under 200 trees that are going to be coming down in the town. All the dead pines that are a danger, and also some others that are a danger to our electrical infrastructure. We've started painting the convention center. It's really going to look nice in the convention center when this is getting done. It's already started. It's going to be nice. The LED tree will be in this week, and it is going to, I can't wait for this. Everybody's excited about it. And hopefully, I don't know how quick it'll be. Dustin, we've got the sound equipment already in, but it just depends on how long we can get. I would like to do something, opening for the first night of it, have a big thing for it. We're going to put it down at the Gateway for the first year. We'll be able to put it other places after that. We'll see how it goes this year. And it's a 50-foot LED laser tree, and it's going to be something that's really nice.
And
paint fireworks show for that great reveal.
Yeah. But and also we got the LED wall, some people that, have got to see it. Dustin's done a fantastic job on putting it up, putting it down. The first time he put it up, it took him, what, 6, 7 hours? Now, how long does it take?
It takes about an hour and a half.
Okay. He's an expert now, so
Mayor,
this will be, yes.
where exactly will that tree?
Do you know where the sprinkler, what they call the splash pad, which not written a splash pad, it's really just a decorative water thing. They made it a splash pad. It's going to go there
And
this year.
And that splash pad
Area, right.
Where is that exactly?
At the gateway, right where the bathrooms are to the right.
When you come off.
When you come off the lift.
Fresh.
Can I get you to say City District 1?
Oh,
Huh?
he's feeling himself
Can
tonight.
we
ain't he?
say that? City District
All
1.
right. So, okay, let's move on.
Locate.
DA Big Lane, the engineering is done. They're still working. I said it's done. All the borings are done, but now they're going through, when they got the results of they're doing the design phase based on the borings. And they're looking at probably the first of the year that DA Big Lane should be being put out for bid. So that's been a long thing coming, but that's where we're at on that. The port, everybody's been seeing where that's been, a bid came in at $11,148,650. That's going to be done with port priority money and line of credit through Delta Bank. And we're working on the legality of transferring this thing to the Port Commission and getting it out of town of Vidalia's name. But what we understand right now, the town might stay in there till that bond matures, which could be another 10 years. Next thing we have is our blighted. We started, Joey Booth is our blighted officer, and he's doing a good job. How many properties have y'all already?
Can we add that to the agenda?
I think it's 16.
You want to discuss something on that, on the blight? You want to add
Yeah,
discussion?
I do.
Okay. All right. So this will be, instead of a report, you want to add an agenda item to discuss blight? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Alderman Floyd want to add an agenda item to discuss some procedural blighted issues. Is there a motion to
I'll second
add it? Motion made by Alderman Probst, second by Alderman Betts. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. I think, somebody called me or maybe Alderman McCoy, Blight's always been one of his sticking points that he wants to get done seen in the town. And I think the question that's come up is on the cleanup of it. And one of the blighted properties in his district got cleaned up here recently. But as everybody knows, the town cannot pick up. If a contractor comes in and does work on somebody's residence and there's debris, that contractor is supposed to pick it up. For example, all the roofers in town, they would love for the town to pick up all these roof shingles. We couldn't do it. We would never get everything picked up we need to.
Right.
So the question is, there's a lot of these people, they're little structures that don't require a contractor to come in. Some of them can have a friend rent an excavator, mini X, and go in there for a $300 rent and tear a house down. Would the town carry that off? And I think that's something I would like. I think, is that kind of what you wanted to discuss, whether or not we would do that since it's declared blight?
That's exactly what I want to do. Like we do with trash, trees, limb, get it to the side of the road as best we can and come through with the knuckle boom truck and move that along the way.
Because, for example, I know, actually it was 2 city employees worked to take that house down. I think it's at Maple Street. Yeah, they took that house down on the corner that burned, and the town did carry that off. It wasn't a licensed contractor that charged money to do it. It was a friend that worked with a friend as employees did it, and I thought it was a good thing, and the town picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to see what the alderman's thoughts on that is, if it's somebody or if it is a contractor and it's considered a blight to save maybe the town, or get rid of a blight in the town. Is it something that I just don't want to get in the business of picking up behind contractors?
And
So I just want to.
think we should.
And my personal opinion is, if he comes in, he or she comes in and he gives a quote on tearing this down, in that quote ought to be removal too.
included.
And that shouldn't be on us.
Okay.
That shouldn't be on us. And we've been caught a couple of times. Situations were left and we had to do something because
They didn't carry it out.
they didn't carry it out.
So what
That's
do
where
you,
we can put in some fines on that too, I believe, could we do that? I mean, you tear something down, don't haul it off, that's littering, I guess you'd say, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, we can actually handle it more so during the bid process. So you have whoever just like the conversation we had about the gentleman and the trees. I think we need to see, those people need to come before the council and tell us what they're promising these citizens. And I mean, tell you on paper with an attorney being involved and somebody notarizing what's supposed to happen. Anything other than that, we'll come up with special ways to deal with that because we can't, you know, just let them come and not do what they said they're gonna do. You know?
So I guess my question is gonna be, who is gonna be the person if, for instance, use me for an example, I have something that needs to be torn down, and I say that my cousin Joe Blow is the one who came and picked up the debris, but in naturality that I actually hired a contractor, but the person don't have no kind of signs on their car or anything like that that says and shows, who's gonna know that this person is using a family member versus a contractor in some of the situations?
As long as the trash is
It's
gone,
gone.
I think that's where we are. As long as the trash is not there, it can be cousin. It can be by any means necessary. Just
no, I think we just said two different things right then. I think we're
okay.
good.
Okay.
So
okay.
we,
We can't say it like that.
well, let me just say this, 'cause we live in gray area here. I mean, but honestly, there's some people that's got these old homes. The reason why they haven't done anything with them is because they don't have the money anyway.
Right.
They're broke. They don't have the money and that's why they haven't done anything with them. If they had the money to fix them, they would have. And now we're putting an expense on them that they might not can necessarily pay. And I want us to, since it's blighted, I'm not talking about a contractor that's able to do this and going to do work, and somebody's going to do a renovation to a home and they're going to put this trash out there in town, pick it up. This has been declared blight. And I'm just wondering if there's some kind of procedure we can look at. If we really want to do this and clean up our town, do we need to consider some options? And, and Joe, if you have some recommendations on this as far as the town legality wise, what we can and can't do as far as picking this up, since it is declared blight, I would like to hear it, because I don't know if there's any kind of direction out there for that.
So what we're talking about here is the remnants after the structure that's been declared blighted, has been demolished and torn down.
That's correct.
And it's not a special situation. That's trash. Once it's destroyed, it's trash, and it's just like any other litter on the side of the road. When you're talking about somebody if somebody's got property that needs to be demolished and they hire a contractor to come do it, Councilman Coy's right, that contractor ought to include hauling it off, because that property owner is responsible for clearing up that property, which includes removing the debris. So if they're going to hire somebody to do the demolition, it'd probably be a good idea to go ahead and get that person to haul it off too. If they don't, they could get their brother-in-law, Joe Blow, with a truck to come and pick it up and haul it off, as long as it's gone. If it's not gone, then it's a nuisance and it's trash, and it's just like any other stuff that's left like that or in a bad condition or presenting a hazard. The town can go in and clean it up if they have to, and then bill it. And that charge can be assessed onto their tax rolls and then becomes part of their tax burden that they have to pay. And if they don't, then we go through that procedure. But the debris left over after demolition is not a special situation. It's just like any other debris or trash that's left. And if people are gonna try to remove it, then that's fine, as long as it's gone. I think that council said, as long as it's gone, they're happy. But in terms of the town tributes, until that trash is gone, they're not done. And it can be the property owner, and it can be whoever the property owner is contracted with to get it, but one way or the other, that debris's gotta go. And if the town has to do it, then we can assess them just like any other trash that's a nuisance to take it out.
Let me give you a real life situation. Like that, kind of like what Alderman Gardner was saying a while ago. I've got a house that I'm gonna have to tear down, and I've got Alderman Propo's gonna help me tear it down. But you know what? I like you, bud. We're friends, but I want you to give me $300 or $400 to do that. Well, by the law, I'm paying him money to come help me tear down his house, and we can put it out there. Should the town come pick that up?
So that's contracted to the.
I paid money, huh?
It shouldn't be.
So I just want clear direction on it.
You got somebody that's doing it for free.
But
That's
he's-
part of.
But he's paying
But what
$300.
if
No, I'm talking about
what if I have
family.
you
If
and
you're
you?
myself, I'm doing it. If I'm doing it. I'm a property owner there. We should pick it up if we're paying the fees. You see what I'm saying?
I know, but you're following my situation. I'm getting you as a friend to help me
Yeah,
tear it down.
no.
But you're saying I want you to tear it down, but I want you to give
You
me
know
two.
where that happened at, don't you? Right down there on that triangle down there.
I mean,
You
it
know what I'm talking
it
about.
happens every day, but then hey, don't tell them I charge you anything. You don't, okay, I won't, and town pick it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that happens all the time. It really does.
I know where I know several places.
And the reason I want some direction. I want people to know, I want to do it right every time. So everybody be in the same thing. I
I
don't
don't
want
know that the town has the obligation to pick it up, whether you pay somebody to tear it down or not. I mean, that's up to the town. I mean, y'all can
Now,
make an
because we
ordinance
left
that
some
you
of
put
us,
it
we've
on.
let some of us sit there for months and not pick it up. And at some point, the town eventually had to do it because it wasn't right to the neighbors and we, and then you get into the same thing. This is just somebody helped me do it, but we knew it was somebody, but you couldn't prove it.
Well,
I
my point
guess
though
it's
is that I
just
don't think it matters whether somebody's doing it for free or not. The debris has to be gone. There's an obligation for the debris to be removed. That's on the property owner. If the debris isn't removed, then as far as I know, by the ordinances we have as the town of Vidalia, it doesn't matter who didn't do it.
But,
It's still an obligation on the property
but
owner.
who picks up debris in the town right now?
I mean, contractors pick up stuff, I pick up stuff, the town picks up stuff. But if the town picks it up because it's debris that's not being picked up, there are ordinances for that, nuisance ordinances, trash ordinances. Those can be assessed. We have a fee schedule, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure, that
All right,
covers how much we charge for picking up that
All right,
debris.
let me make this suggestion then I'm trying to hear everybody take on this thing. Why don't we? Because there's going to be some times that we get into these situations that if the town winds up picking it up, we will charge, add it to, or we'll keep up with what those loads weigh, because they weigh those trucks every time they go in and out. That's how we get charged where we take stuff. That would be, they will pick up specifically that debris and have it weighed. We recoup that cost plus some extra cost to that for each load that we haul off on those situations, and either they can pay it or we'll add it to their taxes.
Right.
But everybody could be okay with that.
Along with a fine. Yeah, they should be fined
Well,
I like,
also,
I
along
like-
with that.
I like
think
your
that's no
idea,
different than what we got going on
but
with the trash.
we're on private property,
Right.
number one.
Yeah, we pick up on every day.
We're on private property. And we're doing a good deed.
correct.
You know, the word helping people that needed help, that came out. But most people, and I'm gonna say those that can, there needs to be, just like with our little tree cutter, just like the conversation that Alderman Probst had with that. I think that need to be vetted. We need to know about it. There needs to be a time schedule set up, because we may have to have the trucks, the boom trucks available. Because if they get in there and getting it, those guys tore down 2 houses in 3 days, maybe. And they just got out there and got it done. Well, if we got a guy that's contracted with whomever, and he says that I'm going to demolish this and I'm going to haul it off too, he hold his feet to the fire. And he has to be a licensed and bond. I guess you need to be bonded too if you're doing work in the town of Vidalia. I don't know.
Yeah. But if you hire somebody, and
Maybe
that's not
we
included-
table it and talk about it some more,
Yeah.
because it's got a lot of,
You want to do that?
yeah.
Yeah. Then we need to look at the ordinance,
Yeah.
possibly. I don't know if we have a blighted ordinance that specifically tells us what takes place. Does anybody know?
Yes,
I
we have
don't.
a whole set of them. The
What's the
debris,
ordinance say is what I'm saying.
it says that we have numerous ordinances that apply here. The debris that's left over after demolition is a blight. It is especially if the property has been declared blighted, but it is a violation of city ordinance, just like the grass. If they don't cut the grass, the town eventually goes in and cuts it and bills them for it.
Okay,
This debris is no different.
that's the door.
I'll say what we said, then we need to table
So make a
hold
motion.
it,
Yeah,
and I'll be glad to look at that ordinance.
we can table it, but that's
Yeah,
the
we can
door.
tell, we don't have to make a motion or anything. If we want to just table it, we
Yeah.
And I'd like-
we can just,
Yeah.
it's just so we open for discussion, but I mean, I look at it a little different way. I also look at it as we're making the town better. And I want to do anything we can to do that, because I'm sure those neighbors and those people across the street in that area are glad to see those blighted properties and its structures come down.
Right.
They're
I
dangerous.
agree with that, but those people that own that property have responsibilities too. And they have people that are tying them up or whatever it is, and those people, they got money, and if they don't want the property,
But-
sell it.
But
Sell it.
sometimes it's air property and they might not have, it's really different it's really circumstances. It's tough. I mean, we can't put it in a box and everybody be the same, because it's all different. All the
Correct.
Because you're going to hear, Joey's going to hear a lot of different sad stories of, hey, look, I'm just a holder and I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just happen to be the cousin of this aunt that died, and I've got this property. Y'all want to charge me, this property I can't even get $2,000 for light. Y'all going to charge me $10,000 to tear this thing down.
That's when you
I
sell
don't
it,
want it.
you sell it.
But they can't sell
Well,
it.
they can figure something out. I
But we-
promise.
we-
Because it's gonna keep.
We will work on it, and I will tell the people in District 1 right now, I think one of the properties fixing to come down finally is the property on the corner of John Dale and Martin Luther King, the one right there, and it's been there for forever, and it's gonna really be nice after we get through. Anyway,
What's the jumping bean for all of y'all old enough to remember? It's the
Before
jumping
my
bean.
time, so no, I don't.
Well, what I was thinking for the people that can't afford to have it moved, if somebody ever had got torn down, but they can't get it moved, can we put a lien? I
Well,
mean, they
you
don't
put-
have to pay anything, but if they sell the property, we'll eventually get our money.
well, that would come in with putting it on taxes more or less. That does the same thing, accomplishes the same thing, basically.
How much is our charge for cutting grass? If you hadn't cut your-
$300 or $150 and $300,
Well,
I
it
think.
couldn't change. If it's approved, I promise you. You're gonna feel some pressure. I promise you.
Don't you have a budget for light?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
What if, something to suggest, you have a set amount for the removal? If someone is hiring a contractor, first of all, I kind of said it out loud a while ago, if I put up a wall in my office, I've got to get a permit. I can't believe there's no permit required to take down the whole house, right? So if we have a permit situation where this is
I
taken
think-
down, then you can.
I think
vet
they do
who's
get a
actually
permit.
doing it, and everybody gets an equal piece of the pie. We have a blighted property where the people who hire a contractor, the town pays the haul-off fee of whatever the amount is. And the people who can't can also
We'll have to do, if they're supposed to get a permit, and maybe we should just do a better job in that permitting process, see who it is tearing it down,
Right.
seeing if there's a contract, seeing how much it is, and letting the whoever the person is, Joey, y'all have that you're doing this from, or what they're, as they trying to remediate this thing
That's a good
is
call.
get into it and look into it and say, hey, look, you're gonna have to haul this off. You don't, your town has to wind up hauling it. You're gonna be charged, gonna be added to your taxes. But again, I do think we need, I don't know, it's just a tough deal for those people who get it because they just happen to be kin to somebody, wind up with a house that's gonna cost them money. I would think, yeah, that you have to get a permit because it's a contractor coming in, and that is a substantial work you're doing to that. You got to go through code, and they can check everything out. And maybe we need to do a better job on our end on that. So, okay, got a lot of good discussion. Tonight. I really enjoyed it. So that's going to complete that, my report. Now, we are going to probably exit into executive session. Everybody's welcome to stay here, but the only thing we're going to take up when we come out is probably just elect to go out of executive session and go home. So you're welcome to stay if you like and visit. But I'm going to ask if somebody can make a motion, we go into executive session. Motion made by Alderman Gardner, I hear second by Alderman Probst. And this is dealing with possible litigation, so that does qualify as reason to do that. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, we'll exit to the back, and I'm asking Mr. Booth to come. And can I hear a motion to
I'll
come
make
out of
that motion.
executive session? Motion made by Alderman Betts. Do I hear a second? Second by Alderman McCoy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're now out of executive session. Okay, does anybody want, if the board want to, one of the things coming out of this, we're going to be asking for the Alderman to approve a resolution authorizing me to enter into a contract with the legal firm of Talbot, Carmouche, and Marcella and Joseph A. Booth to look into, has been some class action money set aside for water systems all over Louisiana. And they're asking all water systems to participate in it. And after discussion, we're elected to participate. The town's not had any kind of trouble with the water, if anything, but at the advice of council and many others within the water sector, they're asking us to all join in. So we're going to do that and show solidarity with them. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Alderman Betts to Alderman McCoy.
I'll second.
I so move that the mayor has the autonomy to make decisions and signatures on this particular issue dealing with,
Alderman McCoy, if you would retract, because we have to approve this resolution this has to be entered in as a resolution. You want to withdraw that motion?
I do.
Okay. Do I hear a motion, to approve this resolution?
I did.
Okay, motion was made by Alderman Betts. There's a second.
I say.
Second by Alderman McCoy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make that
Motion
motion.
made by Alderman McCoy. Here, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Gardner. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Stand adjourned.